Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, Chris Jericho sideways buries AEW.
Will Edge return to WWE?
A top AEW star is banged up after blood and guts.
We've got an MJF return update.
And that is the news. Yes, hello, I'm Andy H. Murray.
Hi, I'm Phil Chambers.
And the H stands for Hey Dude by the Beatles, my favourite song of theirs.
There you go.
It's the news.
Big Beatles fan over here.
I love the Beatles, man. They got so many good riffs. Enter Sandman. Back in Black, all of the riffs. Right, let's talk about Chris Jericho. He's caused a bit of a bustle in the hedgerow, hasn't he? He's ruffled a few feathers by suggesting, to be fair, I think the reaction to it is a bit much, but here's what he said. So he was speaking on Talk is Jericho, obviously. If you just, chatting Jericho things, he's not...
What he tends to do.
Yeah, he's not one to shy away from making an outlandish claim every now and then. But he was talking about TNA's recent show, Bound for Glory, which had a really big crowd. They claimed a record attendance of 7,794 people there. So it looked really great on TV. And one thing that TNA has been really good at this year is the attendances for the pay-per-views have been really good. We always get the big swooping arena shot, 7,000 people there. That's good business. Jericho, however, pissed people off. Here's what he said. The crowd looked huge. It looked huge. It was like a WWE level crowd. He continued, I was watching this and not saying anything out of school here, but comparing it to watching Dynamite when they were at the ECW arena, which looked like a Tony Condello taping. I don't know who that is, but okay. Sorry, it did. TNA looked like the second biggest company in the world, and that was amazing. And the presentation was amazing. So, one thing about the TNA attendance, Brandon Thurston did some Brandon Thurstoning this week and found out the real attendance for that show, which was 5,500 people paid to get in, but they scanned 6,137 tickets. So they fluffed the number up a little bit, right? Which every wrestling company does. It's nothing new. Everybody does it. Name a company, they do it. So, it wasn't quite as high as they said it was. It is still objectively a great number for them. It's a bit weird to go, hey, they had more people in the ECW arena, which holds 900 people by design or whatever. He does have a point about AEW's attendances. They've ran the smaller settings, which I think is good. Aesthetically, it's great. They look good. But across the board, pay-per-views are still pretty solid, but, TV attendances have been dwindling for a few years now. The number 2 promotion is what set people off. That has been a big powder keg conversation piece this year.
Yeah, he's coming back to WWE. And
yeah, he is.
I don't think there's any doubt about it at this point. He is coming back, likely at the Royal Rumble, and he's going to do a run. And this is just him setting it up and winding people up. He loves to wind people up. But he's got a point. TNA have always, I thought, been actually quite good at filming whatever space it is they're in.
Yep.
Even when they were in the TV taping studios with 200 people in attendance or whatever, they made that place look quite good. It was super bright and they made a point of it being a bit different.
TNA's production quite underrated.
It's generally been quite really good. And then going over to the UK when they do the 10,000 seat arenas thing back in the day when they had Kurt Angle and thing, obviously.
Yeah.
They made that look absolutely huge at the time. So they've always been really, really good at making the most of whatever space they're in. It's always been quite a good talent for AEW, which for TNA, which AEW struggled with for quite a while. When they ran the arenas that were just way too big for them. Didn't look great, didn't sound great.
A big dark mass where they were taped off or whatever.
Definitely been a lot better recently, and I quite like them going to all the smaller arenas that all look a little bit different, and it kind of makes each show look a little bit unique. So I think they've kind of cracked it now, or at least a lot more than they had done in the past.
I agree.
But he's got a point about TNA's production. It is actually genuinely really, really good.
Yeah, I agree. I think it looks nice and good for TNA for the attendances and stuff they've had this year. So I'm not disparaging them at all.
Yeah.
I do think the idea of them becoming the number 2 promotion is completely absurd. Look, AEW has a $185 million a year TV deal, right?
Yep.
TNA. Do you know what TNA's TV deal is currently worth? $0. Legitimately, it's worth no money because it's owned by their parent company. Now, they're not going to come out of nowhere and get $185 million a year if they do get a TV deal, which I hope they do because it's good for the entire wrestling business if these companies are making more money. Even something like $10 million a year would be a win because they're currently earning $0. So I think the idea that they can catch up it's mental. However, they have had some very nice attendances this year and they should be proud of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what you should be proud of?
Hello.
Are you ready for this? I don't know if you're ready for this. Fastest VPN. It's the fastest one.
It says it right on the tin.
Sign up right now, guys. It's over 90% off. You have the subscription for life. It doesn't expire after a year or two. You have it for life. It's only $30. You also get access to a password manager for you and your family for 2 years. It's optimized for all your favorite streaming platforms. Link is in the description and the pinned comment below. There's a gimmick on the screen. Do the deal. And free the eel.
Free the eel and do the deal.
There he is.
Very well done. There he is.
He's back.
He's got a VPN. You know who else has a VPN? Adam Copeland, probably.
I love how that's your transition. Every day now.
But the big question is Adam Copeland going to be returning for the John Cena tournament? Basically, WWE did a post that was like, ooh, look at their rivalry, and everyone went mad.
Yeah.
The answer is no.
No.
He's not going to come back. This is coming from Fightful Select and Sean Ross Sapp. He was asked, do you know if there are any whispers of WWE at least attempting to have a conversation with AEW regarding Adam Copeland for a match with John Cena, especially after WWE posts their rivalry? And Sean Ross Sapp's answer was no. There has been no conversations and no conversations about conversations. So absolutely nothing. He hasn't been broached outside of is he under contract. Tony Khan wouldn't even allow it if something like that was to happen, and shouldn't, considering the nature of which WWE has attempted to undermine them in the past. Things like Lex Luger not being able to be shown on camera at the Sting retirement match, for example. So there was never a possibility of Copeland versus Cena. It's never going to happen. No.
Yeah.
Basically.
Q&A from Fightful clearing things up, which is good.
Dead.
It's nice to fantasy book these things, and it's nice to think that we could have this wrestling utopia where everyone's nice to each other and everyone works together. That's just not how it works. That's not how it works. It's not how the business has worked since the early 1980s when WWE aggressively went after the territories. Look, this is an aggressive company that wants to undermine its competition and has continually throughout 2025 alone gone after AEW pay-per-views and counter-programmed them. Sometimes it's been really insidious, like with Evolution, where it's like, look how progressive this show is, and it's like they're using that messaging, but actually the only reason they held that show was to counter-program. So they're trying to present themselves as some kind of philanthropic entity while just going after the opposition. And look, it's business. You should go after the opposition, but that's how it works. So knowing this, knowing how aggressively WWE has gone after AEW and continues to do, why the hell would Tony Khan loan them Adam Copeland for a show? Why the hell would he do that? I have no idea whatsoever. But yeah, we can finally put this one to bed, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Rumor, killer, over. Stop talking about it. Start thinking of WWE guys you want to face. Cena. Or Matt Cardona, maybe. Yeah. You never know.
I would much rather watch Gunther versus John Cena than Edge versus John Cena in 2025. Or like, I don't know, maybe Javon Evans wins the whole tournament.
Yeah, something new. Why not?
Something new, something different. I wouldn't put it past them to do that. I'm really looking forward to Gunther and Javon. That's going to be good. But yeah, Copeland, he's off TV at the moment.
Nopeland,
yeah,
more like.
Edge, more like Sledge, because he's going downhill. That's harsh.
That's really harsh.
Quite like the Edge and Christian stuff in AEW, to be honest. I watched it. I was quite cynical about it at first, but then I watched their first match and I was like, oh yeah, this is. I loved these guys when I was 12. This rules.
Yeah, I think it's one of the better parts of AEW at the minute.
Christian's really fun.
Yeah.
Too. Good stuff. All right, let's talk about. Blood and Guts was last night, right? And Blood and Guts, the clue is in the name. There's a lot of blood, and people sometimes get hurt. The pro wrestling's risky, injuries happen. But we've got a bit of a post Blood and Guts injury report here from Fightful Select to cover. Specifically noting that in the women's match, Jamie Hayter is a little bit banged up, and apparently she might have chipped several teeth as well. There you go.
When what time it happened? Probably 2:30.
Yeah. Just Adam Wilborn goes off, right? Adam Wilborn goes off and the news gets sillier.
He's going to channel his brother.
It happens all the time. Anytime I do it with Hamlet as well, it's like it's a mess. How is Wilborn the one that makes it serious? Shout out to Willie. He is the cream in our coffee. But yeah. So apparently somebody that Fightful spoke to said Jamie is being as badass as you would expect about the whole situation. Yeah, Jamie's had some serious injuries, so I imagine a chipped tooth isn't really pissing her off too much, right? Just get that thing capped.
She's gone through much worse. I think she'll be okay.
You'll be fine. Apparently Sky Blue is all right. She bled buckets, and she was just red. She was more like Sky red. That's terrible.
Good.
In this match. The amount of blood that she lost. Shepherd, what is it? Sky at night, Shepherd's delight. Red sky at day, Shepherd's dismay. The sheep were not happy.
Yeah.
The sheep were not happy, man, about this situation. But no serious injuries coming out of Paige versus Hobbs either, which is good. I mean, they went all over the place. The flipping match ended with Hobbs going off the top of an entranceway through an exploding table, like a big cardboard box like fell on him. It was so funny. This box, right? The match was good. I liked the match, by the way. But this box was like, it was like this big. It was big. AEW on it. But it was like, the way it floated onto Hobbs, you could tell it was just like
Nothing.
like a prop.
Yeah.
And Tony Schiavone's like, that box is really heavy too. It's like, wrestling's great. It's the best thing ever. But yeah, there you go. So apparently there were fewer people than usual at this taping because there were only 3 matches and Collision is live this week. There's no taping. And Fightful will have an update on the men's Blood and Guts match as it arrives. So yeah, heavy night of claret for AEW. Fire. There was loads of fire on this show too, as you'd expect.
It looks like they came out relatively unscathed.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
is nice.
Plenty of blood was spilled.
Plenty of blood. Blood's
but no
fine,
guts.
but no guts.
Yeah. You don't want that, do you? You don't want it looking like blooming Normandy.
Would be a bit gross.
Yeah, opening scene of
clean up
Saving
as well.
Private Ryan. Everyone.
Shoveling up all the guts.
Yeah.
Probably not great.
Yeah.
Anyway, don't know how to segue into this. MJF, I guess, AEW. There you go, there's your segue. AEW. He's been out of action. He's been filming Violent Night 2. But Fightful Select have a bit of an update on when he was returning. So they did an update like a little bit ago saying they were kind of wrapping up on the filming, so he should in theory be back soon. And with an update that they've checked up now, they basically said he is set to return soon, using the word soon quite a lot. So at some point soon, MJF will return. So no specific date on when it will be, but he is expected to be in December at the sort of latest, and the extent isn't quite known for how long he'll be there, but he's scheduled for the what's it called? Show thing.
Oh,
WrestleCade.
Yes. WrestleCade?
WrestleCade?
I have no idea. What are we talking? I have no idea.
But anyway, he has apparently also caught the acting bug. So I expect this to be happening a lot more. He's done the Violent Night 2, Happy Gilmore 2, and the Iron Claw.
Sort of, yeah. Kind of.
He was in it.
You saw his blonde wig.
He was there a bit.
A little bit.
So yeah, expect him to do more acting things.
Yeah.
But he should be back soon.
Yeah, back soon, which is good. I think he's had a good year. I like it when he's really locked into super heel mode. I really loved his feud with Mystico this year. Like, oh my goodness. Like, sometimes the classic stuff just works. Him going into Arena Mexico as a super uber American heel was great. He had the stars and stripes on his gear. He had flipping John Cruz dressed as Abraham. Have you seen this?
No, I don't think so.
John Cruz, Serpentico, his manager in Mexico only, literally dressed as Abraham Lincoln, coming out with this guy, and like the Arena Mexico crowd's like boo. It's awesome. Sometimes the old school stuff just works, man.
Good.
Sometimes it just works. So yeah, I think he's had a really good year. I do think the product misses him, and I'm looking forward to seeing him come back and tormenting whatever babyface he sets his sights for.
Oh yeah. Let us know what you want to see him get up to down in the comments below.
Yeah, but do you reckon MJF's got a VPN?
Probably.
I mean,
Or if he doesn't, he could probably get one with ExpressVPN in our link in the description.
Right, exactly. Fastest VPN, brother.
$35, MJF. Fastest VPN. Fastest VPN. $35.
Well, we know
MJF, it's a bargain. Buy it.
We know he's a traveller, man. We know he's taken a trip to Turkey in the past couple of years. So, hey.
So now he can watch his wrestling while he's abroad.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Legend. Anyway, thanks for joining us today. Simon Miller's here later on with Ups and Downs. And we will see you soon. Goodbye.